Hi everybody, I am Tamara Lenz, Senior Designer with Closet Factory. Let's talk a little bit about living in our homes now that COVID has entered our lives and we are trying to find ways to function in spaces that we previously might not have spent as much time in. So the first thing that comes to mind for me is pantries. That's because a lot of people who used to eat out all the time aren't able to do that these days. They're doing a lot more cooking at home, having takeout brought in, and they need better storage to take care of the surplus of food that we're buying because we don't go shopping as much now. So what we're able to do is come in and create maybe cubbies, pull out trays to store soups and pastas and cereals, and just create a pantry that works better not only for the person who does most of the cooking in the home, but for the people that live in the home because now they know where to find things. So let's talk a little bit about home offices. People are teleworking these days, and it was quite a surprise when all of us started working from home, and most people did not have a proper space in their house from which to work. They were using card tables or dining room tables. Work was overflowing everywhere. And after a very short period of time, we realized this was probably going to be going on for a while, and maybe we should make permanent changes to our houses in order to create efficient home offices. So that is something a lot of people are asking for these days. Not to mention that the kids are going to school at home, going virtually, so children also need somewhere from which to work. It helps them a lot if they have a dedicated space so that they can have their Zoom computer set up and they can work somewhere that's dedicated to them and very efficient for them. Another thing I'd like to tell you about is pocket offices. I don't know who coined the phrase, but let me tell you what it is. It's where you take a reach-in closet and turn it into an office. And a reach-in closet is one of the ones that's about 24 inches deep, maybe 5 or 6 feet wide, preferably with French doors instead of sliding doors. And within that space, I can do things like countertops, file drawers, wall shelving. I can put in task lighting. And one last thing I'd like to mention is entertainment centers and wall units. Kids are home now. They're not allowed to be out social like they might have been 6 months ago. So what people have asked me to do is create wall units and entertainment centers that provide a better space for electronics. That way, when the kids are all there playing games together, everybody's got their own space, everybody's got what they need, game storage, anything that they might need to help that experience of gaming online with their friends. Right now, surprisingly enough, it's also a really hot real estate market. And it is amazing all of the people that are either building new houses or moving into a new house. So I've had a lot of realtor friends call me with clients who either are just moving and need to have their house reconfigured to suit their needs. Also, people who are building houses want to have me come in and redesign their spaces in something different than the wire shelving that a lot of the builders are putting into houses. I recently had a realtor call me actually for a home that was on the market. They were having a hard time selling it, and the home stager had suggested that maybe the master closet wasn't worthy of the house. So they had me come in and create a master closet for that house just to market it. So it's really interesting how we work with the real estate industry right now. Then speaking of that, people these days may be changing their travel plans a bit, and instead of using hotels and motels, they're going to Airbnbs. So I had an Airbnb owner call me about a week ago. She needed storage in her Airbnb that she could lock. So I was able to go and create a storage closet for her Airbnb. So just because COVID has entered our lives, it doesn't mean you can't be comfortable in your own home. Sometimes all it takes is to call a designer, get a different perspective or a different set of eyeballs to look at your space, and together collaborate and make it the best it's ever been.